What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I know it's been a long while since I made a video, but I did have to take some time for me. I had to figure some things out, and I just had to get into doing things on a consistent basis. So I'm back on the Microsoft To Do, using that to be consistent, to stay busy all day, every day. My house is cleaner than it's ever been. We are still on Christmas break from my daughter, so we had Christmas. We had a great Christmas. The kids got everything they wanted. I got everything I wanted, which I didn't want much, but I did get quite a bit. My son got everything he wanted. Um, Unfortunately, my wife and I, because we spent all of our money on the kids and the family, we didn't have enough money to buy for each other. But that made us happy that we were able to provide and give to others. So I'm more thankful for that than I could have ever done buying for myself. We are still consistently going to the gym every single day. I finally got my schedule just right to where I I'm pretty much going every single day. The only time we didn't go is Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, because the gym is closed. And I have changed my schedule around to where I can now go with my buddy Randall every single day. We have literally gone to the gym every single day over the last month or 2 months, almost now, 2 months now. It's had to have been about, it's been over a month. I know that for sure. But we have been going consistently every day that we possibly can. I have been lifting every single day. I have been doing cardio every single day. And now I've got some goals. As far as lifting is concerned, I'm still lifting at a low rate. Basically, what I'm doing now is lifting low weight, and I'm doing it for 30 seconds, as many as I can do in 30 seconds, on pretty much everything that I'm doing. And then I get on the bicycle, I do interval training, and now me and my buddy Randall are going to start jumping on the treadmill every single day, even after I do my interval training. Because my running isn't like what it used to be. Whenever I was in high school or shortly out of high school, guys, I was running 4 miles a day, and I was pretty lean then, and I was pretty strong because I was also lifting weights as well. But I, I'll have to, I'll give you like guys like a body reveal video, but not right now because I just got dressed. As I said, we were trying to stay busy constantly. I just stopped just for the moment to make this video. I'm about to go out in the garage. I'm working on a family member's car who could not afford for a mechanic to do it, but I told them I would do it as long as they bought the parts. So sometime in the future, I will be giving you guys a body reveal. You guys have seen previous videos when pretty much on the first day I started going to the gym. I do look better. I have not changed anything about my diet. I've just been more active. I literally get up every morning. I go through, I do my checklist. I sit down and I binge watch TV one day out of the week, which is on Wednesday. And that's it, guys. I'm pretty much moving from the time I get up till the time I go to bed. And that's on top of going to the gym every day. So I also got this, which shows, I'm not going to go through the details of the watch, but I'll pretty much tell you the three components that I use on this watch. Obviously, one, for the time. Two, it shows you how much fat you've burned throughout the day. Currently, my goal is to burn 600 calories a day, because I did some research and it said that in order to burn 1 pound, you have to burn, 1 pound is equivalent to 3,500 pounds. So if I burn 500 pounds a day, that's 3,500 pounds a week. That's 1 pound a week, right? But I figured I'd go a little bit extra. There's only been like 3 days out of this past week, that I've actually been able to hit the 600 mark. Usually I'm around between 4 and 500. So I think I'm going to back it down, make sure that I can hit my 500 every single time. Once I can do that, then probably bring it back up. But I am a lot stronger. I'm a lot more mobile. I have found here recently that I've been running everywhere I go. Like if I have to go to the bathroom, I run to the bathroom. I used to walk. Used used to be very sedentary. Um, Number two, this watch actually shows you how many miles you have walked in a day. Right now, I'm averaging about 3 miles a day. The human body, um, I saw on a news report, I don't know if this is real or not, but this does seem to make sense to me. The human body was made to walk on average of 5 miles per day. A little bit more, a little bit less, but if you're walking 5 miles a day, you're doing a lot of work and you're moving all day long. There's been a couple days to reach my goals where I've had to run around or walk around the my kitchen and living room because I have two entrances to my kitchen, and basically I can do a complete circle from my living room to my dining room to my kitchen, and I can just walk around in circles. And I have an interval timer that will go off, and then I turn around and I walk in the opposite direction just so that way I don't get bored. But I found that walking or running, you burn the most calories. I have not gotten this watch in water yet, so I'm a little bit scared too. It does say it's waterproof, but I've never actually had a smart watch before, so I'm trying to be very, very careful and mindful of that. But it does tell you how many miles a day that you are walking, and it tells you your steps. Now I've got mine set at about 10,000, and I usually hit that, and sometimes to get my steps in, I'll go walk the dog maybe 2 and 3 times a day depending on where I'm at in my steps. um, Here lately I've been working on this car, so I've been stationary. I have been working and I have been burning calories, but I haven't been getting my steps in. So what I'll do is, I'll get the dog, I'll put him on a leash, and we'll go around the block. I've been walking him every single day. But that's pretty much the update for since the last time I guys talked to you. There's been some ups as far as me and my family are concerned. We are doing better. I'm being more active. I'm not sedentary. Oh, this watch also has a sedentary reminder. If you sit and your heart rate is at resting heart rate for more than 15 minutes, it will tell you to get up and start doing something. So that's a good reminder. Usually I only have the watch go off like once or twice a day, and that's usually when I'm sitting down to watch the news. So, and you can set the um, hours of operation for the rest timer. So that way it's not going off every 15 minutes when you're sleeping or whatever. You can have alarms for it, which is great because I don't have to have alarms on my phone for that. I don't have to, I used to have a whole bunch of alarms on my phone. Now I can just have them on my watch. There's an app that's attached to it that syncs, and you can basically go through your phone and it basically syncs all your recorded information from your watch. But that's pretty much what's been happening. Those are the ups. I'm more active. I'm more productive. I'm getting more things done. Being more consistent, and I'm spending more time with my kids, which is what I wanted out of this break from making videos for YouTube, which I'm not. Obviously, there's not a whole lot of production value into what I'm doing. I'm just basically telling you guys about my life and giving you guys basically updates on what's going on with me, and hopefully be motivational through that. Um, the downside of things that have happened since the last time I got to talk to you guys, my grandma, she passed away on my mom's side, and she passed away in her sleep. I literally talked to her on the phone for about 15-20 minutes. I think it was the day before she passed away. Did not even I didn't even think for 1 second that she was going to pass away. I'm not entirely sure if I made a video on this. I'm almost positive I did, and I may have not posted it, but I don't remember the last video I posted. I'll have to go back. But yeah, she passed away, and my wife's great grandmother on her dad's side, she was like 90 something. She had passed away just this past week. So yeah, we had the funeral for my grandma. It was nice to see a lot of my family members that I haven't seen in a long time. A lot of them came down from Kansas City, which was great because we don't ever hardly see them. I haven't been to Kansas City in I don't know how many years. Um, so a positive came out of that. It sucks that my grandma had to die, but she's not in pain anymore. She doesn't have to worry about taking medicine every single day. Now she's up in heaven with Jesus, and her life is great. She's looking down upon us. I know she is because she was a woman of God, and after Jesus' own heart, she was very kind, always kind. I never, ever, ever witnessed my grandmother having a mean spirit, which is a very, very good. I don't even know the word for it. It's very good example for the people around you. She was always kind, and she always, even if you weren't checking up with people, she would always call you at least once a week to see how you were doing. If she knew you, she was going to contact you and see how you were doing. That's just how she was. And because of that, and in that spirit, I have recently, and I know I've said this to you guys before, and I have implemented it before, but I've never been so serious about it until my grandmother died. And the people that are important to me in my life, I try to contact at least once a week. Like my grandfather, I hadn't talked to him in like 2 years. We were really, really close. The fact that we live so far apart sucks, and that's part of the reason why we just never really talked. He didn't have my number, I didn't have his, so I got it from my mom. And I've been calling him every week ever since, and I found out a whole lot of stuff about my grandfather that I didn't know. That I may have known, but I guess just didn't remember. I realized that he's retired now from his job that he was working. He worked on the shipping dock for Kohl's, one of the stores up there in Kansas City. And he retired doing that, and he's been busy remodeling his downstairs basement. I found that out. My grandma Cheryl, which is his second wife, my grandma Joyce, which just passed away, was his first wife. So her birthday, she just had a birthday. And her birthday is on Christmas. My daughter's birthday is on Christmas, so that'll be easy to remember for the future. But anyway, and not only that, calling them on a regular basis really shows that you care about them. So I call him once a week. I call my mom, even though she lives the next town over. I call my mom every week. As a matter of fact, I called her today, but she's probably sleeping, so I'll probably get a call back from her later. But I call her once a week, even though I have the ability to go see her. She's busy with little James. My sister had just recently got transferred over to the prison where she will be staying for the next minimum of 2 years. She got 10 years, but if she has good behavior and she doesn't mess up, within that time, she should be able to get out within under 2 years, I believe. So that'll be good. Hopefully she will have learned her lesson. Hopefully she'll have stayed away from drugs long enough to be able to make the decision for herself to just say no and put in the effort to stay away from it. And hopefully she'll be able to make the proper sacrifices to do that for herself and for her children, which my mother is now sole guardian over. So it sucks. But it's part of life. Us humans, we're not perfect. I'm not mad at my sister, not one bit, because we all have our devices. Some of them affect us so much that it actually affects the people around us, and unfortunately, hers happened to be meth. So, but with also that in mind, I have recently quit smoking. I am now a month in, no cigarettes whatsoever. I have been very vigilant about staying on top of making sure that I have my patches on, making sure that, I'm doing the right thing. I've been reading the Bible every single day. I just, and I put it in my checklist to do it. And there's really, it's either you do it or you don't. So I'm a firm believer, if you're going to do something that's worth being done, whether it be quit smoking or not smoke or exercise, you should do it to your fullest every single day. Um, I put in almost 100% every single day for 16 hours a day. I mean, there are times where I'm tired, there's times where I'm slow, but I'm getting a lot better at it. As time goes on, my days are like, I don't feel tired anymore because I'm exercising. I'm doing cardio. I'm lifting. My daily activities are becoming easier and easier and easier. So I'm just trying to put everything I possibly can into every single day. Trying to make sure that my wife is getting the attention she needs. I'm trying to make sure that my kids are getting the attention from me that she needs. And unfortunately, in today's society, that those aren't important values, especially people. This does happen in people who are Republican or in the Republican Party, but it's very, very apparent, especially with these elections coming up, where the Democrats' importances lie. And I don't mean to get all politicky on you or whatever, but family just doesn't seem to be that important to them. They would rather spoil their children, set them in front of a TV screen, not spend any time with them, and basically, you do as I say, whatever. Um, I'm a firm believer that there is a time to be your children's friend, and there's a time to be their parent. Now, I can sit here and talk to you about rainbows and unicorns all day with my daughter or whatever, but the moment she messes up, that's when my parenting mode has to kick in. Like, listen, this is wrong, and there is something we can do to fix it. What can we do to fix it? If she says, I don't know, I let her know what it is she needs to be doing to fixing that, and then I just let her go on her business. I'm not staying on top of her 24/7. The only time I really ever get onto her is when she does something wrong. Otherwise, she goes about her business and does whatever she wants. There's only a couple things that I expect out of her every single day. She has to maintain her room, and this is basically how she pays her TV bill. She has to maintain her room. She has to make sure that she brushes her teeth every day, and she has to brush her hair every single day because she has very long hair and it gets knotted, and I get tired of dealing with it. So she has to take responsibility. She is, after all, six, and the older she gets, the more responsibility she will have. Those expectations are the same for my son as well. He does have certain expectations, not as much as my daughter because she's now 6 and he's 4. But when he's 6, he'll have similar expectations. He will be expected to take care of his own stuff, and he will be expected to basically do anything that would not cause inconvenience for somebody else, like picking up after yourself, rinsing your plate off, a lot of that stuff. So we do implement that stuff. I don't want my children to be an inconvenience to anybody else in their society. I want them to not only pick up after themselves, but help others. I want them to do 110%. And that is exactly what I'm trying to teach my kids by trying to stay productive every single day. Not only that, I'm trying to help out a family or slash friend with a vehicle who does not know any mechanic skills or has the money to take her car to a mechanic. I am doing all of the work for free. All she has to do is pay for the basically she just has to pay for the parts to fix her vehicle. I'm doing that, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything. This is not a brag session. I'm doing that out of the kindness of my own heart because I know that just like me, at one point in time, I was in need of somebody else. She is also in need of somebody else. She needs help. She's had troubles here lately. She just had a grandmother that passed away. She lost her job not too long ago. She's got several kids that she's got to provide for. So if I have the ability to take on everything that I have on my plate and I still have time left over, why shouldn't I give that time and energy towards helping somebody else out? It just only seems to make sense, and that's the only way this world's going to be better is if we help each other out. Being selfish and mine, and only thinking about yourself is only going to make this world a bitter and just a disastrous place. I'm not saying that we're ever going to be able to fix this world's problems, because there's always going to be sin in the world, no matter where you're at. There's always going to be something wrong, but we can fight. We can overcome our, we can overcome our own demons, and we can push to help others. And that is exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to implement that, and I want my kids to do that as well. Not only that, I want that to be my legacy, that my kids grew up learning about and following in Jesus's footsteps and helping other people in need because of what they saw their father do growing up. I want the Cunningham name to represent that. You are a sign or a little fragment of a beacon of hope. And that's exactly what Jesus is, and that's exactly what I'm going to try to be. And that's why I make these videos. That's why I do what I do every single day, is because I want you guys to either see this video, or if you were to see me out in public, I want you to think, that's a good person. That guy is intentionally trying to be better and not an inconvenience to anybody else. That's the way I was raised. It was kind of pounded in me by my stepfather and by my dad. My dad was always busy, always trying to work and do something. I don't wait for my wife to do the dishes. I do the dishes. I don't wait for my wife to take the trash out. I take the trash out. I don't expect her to do anything. But what I expect out of myself is to do everything that I possibly can in my power to either do what needs to be done for myself or everybody else. Now, if I get in trouble and I do need help for myself, hopefully all of that good that I'm trying to do will come back around and somebody will help me out in need. But right now I'm at a point where I've got everything I need. I've got food, I've got shelter, I've got clothes, and I've got companionship from my wife. And, I'm hoping one day if one of those falls through, then somebody will either shelter me, clothe me, or, whatever. I would do the same for anybody in need. And that's basically the whole premise behind love, is to respect one another, to be thoughtful, to just basically go out of your own way to help a person who can't help themselves in a certain area. They're either not mentally there, they're not physically there in certain areas of their life. So that is what I'm trying to implement with my family. That is basically, it's just an everyday thing. Everyday thing. There's only one day that I have for myself, and like I said, that's on Wednesday. That's the day where I get to sit and I binge pretty much anything I want to binge. And then the rest of the week is everybody else's. The rest of the week, I am my kids. I am my wife's. I'm, a family member in need, or a neighbor in need, or a friend in need, or anybody that is in my field, anybody in my reach that I can help or see that needs help. I'm theirs for whatever I have, whatever I can offer them, whatever's within my ability. If I can help them in some way, that is my mission. So that just brings me to my altogether point of me trying to be productive. I saw on the news a couple days ago, they were talking about why kids are so obese these days, and mainly it's because of technology. Everything we do has made our lives easier, and because of that, we don't expend as much energy or calories. We don't burn as much calories as we did back in the past. Back in the day, people used to churn butter. Now you can just go to the store and, you can pick up the butter, put it in your cart. That expends some energy, but not as much as if it would have to make the butter. Now we have it to where we can actually order it on our phone. It can be brought to our house, and the only energy that we expend is bringing it into our house. We don't even have to get out, walk to the car, drive to the store, get out, walk through the store, get our groceries. load everything in the car, go back to the house, unload it, get it in the house, and then load it into its proper places in our own homes. That takes out a lot of energy. No wonder we're getting fat, because every aspect of our life is getting easier and easier and easier. And I'm all for technology helping people, especially if it's needed. Like technology for, people who have a hard time, walking, or health issues, or whatever the case may be. But all for the sake of convenience. I don't think we should do anything just because it's convenient. The easy way is almost always going to be your downfall. And unfortunately, for a lot of people, their whole life is convenience, and that is the reason why they have health issues. That's the reason why they're not physically fit to move throughout their day. They're spending more time sitting down watching TV, and their body is adjusting to their climate, as you would say. Then, if you get up and you're running every day 100 miles an hour, then your body is going to have to form itself in order for you, either one of several ways. Your vascularity is going to have to open up. Your lungs are going to have to get stronger. Your muscles are going to have to get stronger. If you're constantly moving, going 100 miles an hour every single day, it has to adjust according to your activity. Now, just in that same respect, if you sit down on the couch and you spend 8 hours a day sitting on the couch watching Netflix, and then you go to the gym for 2 or 3 hours, that gym time that you have is not really going to be, it will help, but it won't help as much as if it would if you were just, if you were just not sedentary at all. Like I said, I really only have like 15 minutes of sedentary during the day usually, and that's usually when I'm sitting down trying to catch up on my news about what's going on in the world today. So like even as right now, I could be sitting down making this video, but I'm walking around. I'm trying to not be sedentary. I'm talking. I'm expending a lot of energy to make this video, to tell you guys what I've learned over the last couple months, and that's just it. I will tell you the benefits. I have literally felt better. I have no joint pain because I'm constantly moving. My body has now conditions itself and is like, oh, buddy gets up and he moves every single day. So this is how we have to adjust in order to give him the ability to do that. Everything works better. I'm breathing better, obviously, because I'm not smoking anymore. It's not where I was when I was 18, basically because I smoked from the time I was 18, 19 to about 30. There's not been, except for 2 and 3 week stints a couple times, there's not been probably a moment where I did not smoke a pack a day. So I'm trying to get back to that. I'm trying to get my body back to, back to where it was when it was 18. That was when I was the healthiest that I've ever been. My hair is a lot better because I'm sweating every single day. Sweating toxins out every single day. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, whether I'm working on the car outside, I'm doing dishes, I'm constantly moving all day. Get on the bicycle at the gym, I'm sweating toxins out. My skin feels so much better. I'm sweating toxins out. Just all together, my nerves, my feeling things. I feel things now like I've never felt. It's almost like being born again. Like this right here. This right there, the way I feel it today, a month ago it wouldn't have felt like that. The softness of this blanket would not have been as intense. And I didn't know any better because my whole body was conditioned and adjusted according to my lifestyle. Smoking every day, being sedentary, not feeling good, not being able to breathe. And I didn't realize I was sick because that's the way I lived for so long. Until I decided to get up, quit smoking. Now we're going to get up and start moving. I didn't realize what my abilities were. And now that I have gotten a slight hint of what that could be, I only want to do more. I only want, like, the goal that I have, the next goal that I have, next short term goal that I have is not enough. Once I get to that goal, there's always going to be another step. I've always got to be working towards the next thing. I always have to do more. I always have to help more. I always have to love more. I always have to, whatever it is that I'm doing, I want to do more of it. So, um, I was reading a lot in the past. I would read a chapter a day out of the book, 2 or 3 books a month. I'd like to get back to that. That's when I felt my best. That's when my brain worked the best. With fitness goals, I want to go every single day. I just want to keep progressing forward. I want to be stronger than I've ever been before. And I don't want that. I want to keep doing that until I can't do it anymore. So I'm in it for the long haul, going to the gym, lifting weights, being active. That's who I am now. Me and my buddy Randall, now we've started running on the treadmill. I want to get back to running a low 5 minute mile. Just be able to run for a long distance at all. Really, I want to be able to run 2, 3, 4, 5 miles, but I'm taking it one small step at a time. This month, in the morning, I weigh 199. Next month, I'm not taking it week by week because it's really hard to burn a pound in a week when you're already moving a lot already. So what I've decided is that, if I lose 12 pounds a year, in a couple years I'll get back to where I was in high school. You got to remember that it took 12 years of activity that I had been doing every single day to get to where I was before I started the gym a month ago. So it's going to take a couple years to get back to where I was 12 years ago. So, I'm hydrating every day. I'm eating every single day. I'm eating, I'm not overstuffing myself anymore. That's another thing. My stomach issues almost completely gone. I can eat pretty much anything as long as I'm constantly moving. My body's burning it, and it's using it for fuel rather than sitting on my stomach and then going into my cells and whatever. I use it for energy now. Sedentary life is not a good life. It leads to death, unfortunately. A lot of people have a lot more health problems, a lot less health problems if they would just stay more active. If you ain't got nothing to do and all your chores are done and you've already done your workout for the day, then you should probably be looking to help somebody. Um, just what can I do next? What can I do next? Who can I help next? Just start asking questions. What can I do now? Because I'm doing more now than I ever thought I could, and now that I'm starting to get those things done early, let's add to that. Let's make my day full. And that's what I want to do. I want to make my day full. I want to share these videos with you guys. I'm going to start doing this once a week because I realize that the repetitiveness, my day is pretty much the same every day. I've got my weekly, monthly, and, semi-annual stuff that I do, but that's only one inkling of what I do in a day. So I figured once a week I give you guys a video, give you a breakdown of what happened over the week, and basically use these videos to look back upon and be like, that's where I was, and now I'm here, and we're just going to keep moving forward. So guys, I want you to get up every single day. I want you to turn the TV off. It's okay to watch TV. Just don't do it every single day. Whatever is sedentary, whatever's bad for you, or what could be bad for you. Watching TV is not bad for you. If you sit down once a day and just enjoy it, then it's more enjoyable if you do it once a week. You got a whole 5-6 days of no TV, and then all of a sudden you get to watch as much TV as you want on that day. That was my day yesterday, and I completely enjoyed it. I was engrossed in every moment of it. I was in the moment of what I was watching. And I want to be that way with my life. When I'm with my kids, I want to be engrossed in what they're doing. When I'm talking to my wife, I want to be engrossed in the conversations I'm having with my wife. I just want to be better. I want to have more energy. the way I was living before, I was watching so much TV that I didn't even enjoy it. I was just looking for something to do. And it just so happened that the thing I was looking for was to be sedentary and not move or do anything. It wasn't helpful to anyone. So I decided to get up, started to move, and basically I've been adding to my list of things that I do every single day. And I'm getting busier and busier and busier. And today I'm doing more than I ever have in my whole life as far as productivity is concerned. It took me until I am now 30. It took me to this point to do as much as I'm doing now. I am getting up and I'm moving every single. You guys, when I tell you, I get up, I make some coffee for me and my wife, make breakfast, start cleaning. When I get done with that, I do my weekly stuff. When I get done with my weekly stuff, I do my monthly stuff that needs to be done. If not, then I do something else because I can't go to the gym until later. So I do something else until I can go to the gym. And I just keep moving and keep moving and keep moving. And I'm just like, if I see something, like that's something that I've neglected for a long time, I'm going to get it done. Can I do this today? Do what you can. Don't worry about what you can't do. Because one day you will be able to do that thing you can't do. So, with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. That's today's video. That's what's happened over the last couple months. Sorry that it's so long. But, as I said, it's been a while. A lot has happened, and mainly because I've been constantly moving. So, if you guys get anything out of this video, I hope that it implores you to get up and move and just be in the moment. Stop worrying about what people are doing on social media. Stop worrying about the latest TV show. Stop worrying about, whatever. You'll be fine without it. You'll live without it, and you'll be happier for it. Not to say you can't enjoy those things every now and then, but if you don't get it right when it comes out, it's not a big deal. So I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna deal with my son and my daughter. I'm gonna go work on this car, and then after I get done working on that car, I'm gonna find something else to do, and I'm gonna keep doing it. I will see you guys next week. Say goodbye, Bubba.
Bye.
Bye bye. We'll see you guys next week, guys. I love you.